I thought we played a really resilient basketball game tonight. Obviously, we knew San Francisco State was going to come in here, and it was going to be a battle of two really good defensive teams, and that's what we saw. We weren't even sure if we'd really hit 30 the first half, but I thought our kids really fought. Came up with some huge baskets, and what we're doing is just learning how to out-execute teams down the stretch. And our point guards are getting better, Angelique and Nikki, and they might not have big offensive nights for us, but they're getting intelligent and they're getting the ball in the right people's hands at the right times. And I thought Jeffy came in and gave us a huge lift. Even though her and Gabby were in some foul trouble, she just was really aggressive the second half and knew exactly what we needed from her.
Coach, you go into halftime down by 2. Obviously, you want to go in at halftime down by 2, make some adjustments. And you see you guys start so quick in the second half, and then you dig a 14-point hole for yourself. What do you think happened in that transition, both the bad and then the good? What led to the 14 points, and then, boy, you really started to apply the pressure?
Well, I think we thought, we've learned to not take teams for granted, but I think in the back of our minds we kind of feel like, we're probably going to win, and then all of a sudden you start getting down 14 and you start pressing. So I think what happens is, we came out of half and we had made some adjustments offensively, but our defense let down. We were kind of walking around a little bit, and so I'm screaming at these guys and subbing them 5 in, 5 out so I can find kids who want to play. And I knew that they would turn it on. It was just a matter of time. And I hate to be like that with them, but they know what's behind it. They know what we expect of them. So I think the biggest thing is we just started out executing them. The second half, we were down 13 with 14 with 9 minutes. And then we just took it one play at a time. And the biggest thing was getting stops and making them take tough shots, and then just hustling to every loose ball because they were out hustling us a lot during the game tonight.
Well, Brittany, we won't talk about the first half, but let's talk about the second half. A great second half for you, getting up tonight with 11 total points and 9 total rebounds, leading the way in both categories like we have for this team all year. At halftime, you're just going to talk to yourself and say, okay, I just need to get back to basics.
Yeah, my teammates basically picked me up in the locker room saying that you got it, don't down yourself. And so I was just, preparing myself I could do better than what I did in the first half, Came out, helped my team,
Well, a lot of credit to the Gators that they were playing tough inside the paint. Right down there with the last 2 or 3 possessions, you guys needed some points. You got a nice putback, and it seemed like we finally figured out where the gap was because they were kind of controlling the paint. Did that feel good to kind of just put the icing on the cake, if you will?
Yeah, because in the first half I had no open areas at all. They were just double teaming me, and I don't know. I guess I don't want to say I'm a threat, but I guess they didn't want me to touch the ball. But it was a good feeling for me to be back.
Coach, let's talk about your point guard, Nikki Beckman, stepping in the line there, being 2 for 3 from the free throw line. Now, she's a great free throw shooter, but it's easy to be a great free throw shooter when middle of the game it doesn't matter so much. Boy, really clutch, and it was, if I remember correctly, she was in the 1-and-1. It wasn't a double bonus. You needed that to really get it into the 2-possession game. She really seemed like she really grew up in the last 3 minutes of that game where, trying to decide, do I really want to get this involved, and then jump in with both feet. That had to feel good to watch that player grow.
Yeah, it's been really neat to watch Nikki grow up kind of in front of our eyes. The last time we played San Francisco State, I think she had 9 turnovers and she cried all the way home. And so she's, and what I keep telling these guys is, her and Leaker, they're just sophomores. We put the ball in their hands and we're trying to bring them along, and these guys are being really patient with them. But to be that young in a big game like this and be able to step up and hit some clutch free throws is a big deal. Same thing with Jeffy. She, I thought she was getting hacked inside. I thought she could have got some fouls on those, on some of her and ones. But, she stepped up to the line and hit some huge shots for us. And we haven't been doing well from the free throw line when the game was on the line. So those 2 guys tonight from the free throw line really had ice in their veins. But, Nikki played, I think, 31 minutes and, only had 4 points, but she got the ball in the right people's hands and ran her offense the way we wanted it to, and really took some ownership of this team. And it's really neat to kind of see her, become that point guard for us that we've been looking for.
And then maybe talk to us a little bit about Steph Gordon. Steph is really solid, always there, always playing big minutes, and I think sometimes we kind of take that for granted. She's 28 minutes on the night.
Yeah. I think that, what goes unnoticed about Steph is just the energy that she brings. Steph's the only player I've ever coached that comes to practice every day and is ready to go and is 100%. The rest of us kind of come in and we're like, oh gosh. But Steph really brings it every day, and I think these guys see that and they respect that. And, I think it's just her energy and what she brings on the court, and she kind of, when she's very good when she lets the game just come to her. We kind of stuck her in that corner and hit her there, and she hit a big three. And that's really what we need for her. But she's always very positive with these guys. She's always the first one to run over and pick somebody up. And so it's great leadership for us. Same thing with Jessica Fontaine and Holly. These guys have been with me for 4 years now, so they understand what we expect, and just in terms of being great teammates. And I think that's in the end. You really saw these guys coming together, and they're getting a bucket, running down the court, screaming, get stops. And so that's really fun to see.
Well, maybe touch on Coach Dr. Wallace there, the former leader like yourself. It's got to be, you probably know what you're getting when you bring your team to play, and it's fun to win.
Yeah, it's my alma mater, so it's always a fun game to win. It's the worst gym to play at in the conference, a tough place to play. We've always squeaked out of there with wins, except for this year we let that one get away. But I have a great respect for Joaquin and what he's done and what he's doing, and I root for him all year except for when we play him. So, I'm going to keep rooting for him the rest of the season. And these guys are good. They're really young, and they're going to knock some teams off, and we're going to cheer hard for them.